But looking back now to kind of the black and white decisions that you made, do you think by communicating those gray areas that would have made people more adaptive to kind of the constantly changing guidelines and ongoing new variants and things like that?
That's a really good question because I try to message that, I'll tell you what we know now.
Mm.
And then when we know more, which we will in time, things will change. But change is also causes ripples. Every time we make a change, it causes ripples. So what I try to do is look at because every time we change anything, even a small thing, there's all this, well, what does that mean to me? What does that mean to me? What am I going to do now? What do I do? Whether it's a business, whether it's individuals, whether it's in long-term care, whether it's, the whole spectrum of things. And I think it's like throwing pebbles in a still pond. You get all of these waves and then they get lower and lower and lower. Then you make another change and there's waves. So we have been trying to be, and I get very specific about that. I say, Omicron is a good example. We were getting through the Delta wave. We had things in place that worked for Delta, and then Omicron was different. And we had to put in place some things that it's like, it's a piece of a puzzle, and we're filling in pieces of the puzzle to understand, okay, it's way more transmissible. Is it causing more breakthrough in people who are vaccinated? And the answer turned out to be yes. Is it causing breakthrough in people who've had previous infections? The answer turned out to be yes, but we didn't know all that. Is it causing more severe illness? Who is it causing more severe illnesses? Who's more at risk? And so trying to use analogies that help people understand that we're putting these pieces together. And when we know enough, then we can make change and being very specific. This is a change. We're doing this today because this is what we know. But when we know more, we may change again. But that's hard. Mask wearing is a very classic example where there was a lot of considerations early on. We don't have a culture of wearing masks in our country like they do in many other places. There was a shortage of masks, particularly medical masks, and it was really a focus on making sure we had them available where they were absolutely needed in healthcare settings. But we've gradually come to understand that, yeah, masks can make a difference primarily in source reduction, preventing me from coughing out things to others, and a little bit the other way as well. But that's been a really challenging one. And for me, it's like masks are one of those layers of protection. And the more virus we have in our community, each of those layers becomes more important. So last summer, when we had very low rates of virus across most of the province, we went from having a mask mandate to saying, hey, wear masks in these indoor settings, but you make your own personal choice based on your risk and based on the setting that you're in. And then as it ramped up again, we made sure that extra layer was in place again. And now we're getting to a place where it's, they're not going to be needed all the time, but it's a tool, and trying to help people understand it's a tool that you can use in certain settings when there's a lot more risk than other settings. And hopefully we can use these tools and bring them out when we need them and then put them away when we don't need them. That's what we're hoping to get to.
It's coming down kind of heavy, but I'm not shy. Throw my thrash to the puddle and I'm feeling fine. I got rain